Welcome to How to Survive, the show that teaches you how to survive the things that can kill you.
Like deadly solar flares.
Ooh.
I think they kill you. Being impaled on a fence.
Well, that I think would be bad.
Yeah, I don't want it. How about voyeurs?
Ooh, they could if they're bad enough. Mm-hmm. And the things that just make you wish you were dead.
Like wearing just a bra to work? How about having EV sweats?
Yes, bad news bears.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Get shocked.
Or being a fish out of water.
Oh, that can get you in some trouble.
Especially if you're a fish.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the opposite and forgotten to wear a bra to work? I did that once.
I did it on purpose probably a couple times.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to free fly.
Right. Yeah. I just remember I was wearing a t-shirt.
Yes.
And just the whole day being like, oh my God, this is so weird. This is so... I think I was just in a rush because
Yes.
this was in my 20s and I wasn't, I don't know. And
everybody else was like, yes.
It's okay. I do it every day. It's okay.
That must feel wonderful.
Oh,
Oh
so
my
free.
God, so nice.
free.
Karen, what I'd like for you to do is wear a bra one day.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
day.
You'll see how fun it is.
There should be like men wear a bra one day to work.
Yeah.
So they could just
The man's ear.
know what that's like.
Man's Ear Monday.
Man's Ear Monday,
Yeah.
so they could have that experience. But not a nice sports bra, but an actual
Right.
bra that clips in the back and has underwire.
That you have to twist around to the front to close because
Yes.
you can't manage to close it on your own.
Can somebody do that?
Make them do it?
No, are people able to do? Are women able to clip their bras in the back? I think
I think it depends on what kind of the clip is. On my normal bra, I do. Yeah.
Are we still in the intro?
Yes.
So,
Hey, you know what?
Jesus,
You know
put
what?
the song on.
Yeah,
Jesus
God,
Christ.
shut up, you two broads.
So dumb.
Ground is shaking under our feet. Mountains on fire, flooding in the street. Can't breathe the air, can't fight the feeling. Gobbling down Xanax ain't the way to be dealing. Gotta do better than just getting high. We gotta stick together if we're gonna survive. How to survive. How to survive.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Why? It's so many thumbs. Karen's just like thumbing, like, why aren't you starting?
So many
Thumb, We're good to
thumbs.
go. We're good to go.
Too many thumbs. Let's be honest.
Too many thumbs.
Always
Yeah.
thought that.
You've always thought that. That's.
Yeah.
You think humans have too many thumbs?
Yes.
Yeah, just one. We only need one, right?
Right. One thumb is enough.
Yeah. We're so privileged with our two thumbs.
Yes. We're sick with thumbs.
Most animals don't have any.
Yeah. You know what? I'd be willing to give up one so an animal can have it. Give my dog a thumb
Yes.
so she could do more.
Well, she might get into more trouble though.
That is true.
She could turn, doorknobs and things.
She does. The cat already can.
Right. What do the cat just take? He just takes his two paws and like.
Well, our doorknobs are those push down kind. They're like the long flat
yes.
ones. So he just jumps and
Boom.
pulls them down.
Right. Right.
This morning, I was getting ready for the show
Yes.
and not ready to decide what I was going to wear.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just in my jeans,
Uh-huh.
bra. And Benji goes, "Is that what you're going to wear today?"
Oh my God.
And I said,
Benji.
"Yeah." And he goes, "Seriously?" Because he's very gullible.
Uh-huh.
I love this innocence about him. Uh-huh. And I said, "Yeah." "Does it not look okay?" And he goes, "No, it looks great."
Oh my God.
And I go, "Awesome." And then, I don't know, for the next 45 minutes while I made oatmeal and got ready and fed the dog and fed the cat.
You were walking around with your bra.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He just lived in a world where his mom was going to work in just a bra. And he was totally fine with it. I'm sure he forgot about it. I don't think he spent the next 45 minutes thinking about it.
Did Alex say anything?
No, she wasn't even paying attention to me.
okay.
I think she was maybe still asleep. But I was like, that's kind of what's great about a son. Do you know what I mean? He does not give a shit.
Yes.
And he also lives in a world where he thinks, he's like, my mom is 50. Am I 52 or 53?
You're 52.
Okay. My mom's 52. She's going off to work in a bra and she looks great. Or
But how is this the same kid as in what world
I
do you
know.
think that shirt's okay?
he's grown. He's grown.
You watch one episode of The Boys.
Yes, that was become.
You see a guy sexually assault a superhero. You see a woman explode. Your mom looks great in a bra going off to work.
That's funny because, I go to physical therapy and it's a lot of older people. Sometimes there's people younger than me, but a lot of altacockers, as we call them. And there was this woman one day, it gets really hot in there. And you're sort of working out, kind of, sort of.
Sure.
Depending on what your definition is.
Yes.
Older lady, she's wearing pants and a bra. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not a sports bra.
Oh, just a bra.
That clips in the back, miss. That is not a sports bra. And I was like, it doesn't really matter. It's covering the same amount of skin.
Yes.
But there was something weird to me about that's not a sports bra. You just took off your shirt. And now you're wearing your bra.
It's so weird how our brains, it's like we can go to a beach and everybody's in their bikini. But if somebody was in their bra and underwear, even if it was a thick, like spandexy, like Skims or whatever, the same almost material, you're like,
you can't see me
that's
in that.
offensive.
Yeah.
What is that person doing?
Well, yeah, like Oliver see me in a bathing suit. I wouldn't walk around in my underwear and bra in front of him. Like, I just would never do that.
Never,
no.
In your whole life?
Oh, what do you mean when he was little, itty bitty? I guess when he was, I don't walk around the house like that anyway, but if he were in the room when he was itty bitty, maybe I would have done that or something, but not past a certain age.
What age? Just curious.
I have no idea. We're pretty prudish in our house.
Yeah, I still am naked in front of my kids.
Yeah, I know. You just have, I think it's because you're married to a European, and I don't know, it's just...
I guess I've said now that they're older, because they're always in my room too. It's like our bedroom is sort of ground zero where everybody wants to be.
Right.
So now, I'll be coming out of the shower and I'll go, hey guys, I'm naked. So if you don't like it, you better leave my room.
Yeah.
And they'll go, we don't care. Because I'm like, they're going into puberty. Like they might not want to see their 52-year-old mom naked.
I'm surprised he is okay with it still.
But I'm just like, it's my space. So if you're uncomfortable, you fucking leave.
Yeah.
I don't walk around. I would never go into their rooms naked. I don't want to give my kid a complex where it's like he can only masturbate to middle-aged women.
Who are you?
Too confident?
Too confident? Wait, what does that mean? Too confident?
That's what I think is going to happen. I'm so confident that's what I think is going to happen.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying though? I try to be respectful.
He loves Julia Roberts. It's his number
He
one
loves
crush.
his favorite.
This is important.
Okay.
You should hear this, guys. I had him one night alone. Sven left for Germany. He flew out.
Yes.
I was like, and both my kids on the same night went over to sleepovers. And
Amazing.
I was like, this is the first night I've ever had in the house in a decade by
Wow.
myself, ever.
You should have told him to stay another night.
And I was like, oh my God, I didn't want to cook, so I just made a big bowl of yogurt with fruit in it. I was like, this is my dinner. I don't care.
Right.
And I was like, I'll just watch 4 seasons on the couch. Maybe I'll even sleep on the couch. I'm just going to watch TV. That was my idea of indulging.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
where
get
this
it.
is where we fucking are, people.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
going to
know.
smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to have alcohol. I'm not even going to get high. I'm going to eat a bowl of yogurt.
Jesus, I know. You're so...
Woo!
With fruit.
With fruit, man.
Oh my God.
All
Risky
the
business
nuts I
over here.
want.
Uh-huh.
I get ready to take one bite of my yogurt.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Text from Alex. Mommy, can you come get me? I don't feel comfortable.
What?
She's in Eagle Rock. I'm like, oh, fuck.
What?
Yeah, it's 9:30.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not joking. This has never happened. My kids love sleepovers.
What happened? Was this someone she'd never been at their house before?
No, she has. So I was like, is this because you're worried about me being alone? Because she had texted me earlier going, Mom, I feel bad that you're by yourself. I was like, do not. This is my fucking nirvana.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right there. And then she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, never apologize. You
Yeah,
can text
course.
me in the middle of the night for the rest of your life when you're 52 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I can still drive then. I'll be 92. I'm probably dead.
Right.
Always text me.
Yes.
So I get her, and in my head I go, wouldn't it be funny if Benji texted me and wanted to come home? She goes, I just wasn't feeling comfortable, and the mom and the daughter were kind of fighting a lot, and I just felt, I just wanted to come home. Okay. You don't even need to have a reason. You can always come home.
Yeah.
So we get home.
No.
Get her settled. She's going to watch 4 seasons with me. I get my bowl of yogurt. I'm getting ready to take a big bite.
It's all warm now.
No.
Phone rings.
No.
It's Benji.
No.
Mom, can you come get me?
You're kidding.
It's in the tens. In the tens of o'clock.
Right.
I'm like, okay. So I go get him, and the dad comes out, and he's like, you can tell he's kind of uncomfortable, like looking like he feels bad. And
Right.
I go, it's okay. Sometimes kids just change their mind. It's totally fine. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know what happened. He's German.
Okay. Are you serious?
Yeah, the dad.
That was a German accent.
I know, it wasn't good.
She lives with a native German speaker.
I'm sorry.
I thought we were going to have to apologize to I thought it was.
I didn't know what happened.
There you
Is
go.
that better?
Yes, that's
Okay.
better.
I
You were
honestly,
a couple of thousand miles away.
I
first
just did.
time.
That was Austrian, but for you guys to recognize my German accent, I had to do an Austrian accent.
Fair enough. We're dumb Americans.
So get Benji home, and it was kind of the same thing. The kids and the parents were fighting, and it made Benji feel uncomfortable.
Well, he's not used to kids and parents fighting. I mean, he lives in such a harmonious home.
I know. I was
It's
like
very foreign to this
I know.
too.
I was like, you guys live in chaos. Like
No, but it's so weird when you're at someone else's
when it's
house.
somebody else's
Yeah.
house, and I think it was just for both of them. So that was my night. Like both kids home.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Can you arrange another sleepover for them? So you
No,
have one
they
night.
don't want to go on sleep. Like they both just want to have kids sleep at our house now.
Well, maybe you can go sleep over somewhere else.
I'm going to go stay at a hotel
Yeah.
while the kids have sleepovers at our house. Do you think that's legal?
That's insane. So, do you think that's legal?
Maybe not. You were out of town.
Yes. So I went to Palm Springs with a couple of friends. Nice time. Little sunburn, not too bad.
Looks like a tan to me.
Well, I think it is now.
Nice golden color. Your hair looks amazing.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I got it done on Thursday and I still haven't washed it. But as I said on Facebook, I asked for it will never look like this after today. And
That's, yeah.
she gave it to me.
Yeah.
She gave it to me. So as soon as I wash it, it's going to be like, Rosanna.
Because they
Dance.
always blow it out and they know how to do it with that big brush, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they do everything right.
Yeah, I don't know how to
I
do
went
that
to a
either.
new place. She suggested perhaps getting a Brazilian blowout.
Oh, okay.
Which I had never thought of before because I thought that just meant stick straight. Because like when it started being
Yes.
popular in the 90s, the look was stick straight. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to get my hair stick straight. I'll look insane. And she said, no, they can modify it now and make it look like how you want it.
Yeah,
So I was like, well, I'll look into it.
you should. Why not?
No, but just my hair being frizzy bothers me. So maybe I will do it.
Have you thought about getting it cut to look like a Dutch boy in a painting?
I have thought about getting it cut, but the problem is, of course, the shorter it is, the curlier it is. Meaning the frizzier it is. So it's kind of like I can't really do that.
Understood.
But why should I? Why
That's what I'm living in right now.
Oh, that's what you think you have. Got it.
Just put me in a velvet blue suit.
Put your finger in it.
Every level of the haircut you had has looked fantastic.
I know, it's
don't
true.
know
It's
what
actually
you're
true. It's all
talking
looking
about.
very chic.
That's really
looked
nice,
good
you
every time.
guys. I want to wear your rose-colored glasses.
So I'll just tell you about this part of the trip.
Yes.
So
I'm
I went to
dying.
Palm Springs and I have an electric chair. Electric chair, Jesus Christ.
You do?
I have an
Dangerous.
electric car. Wow. I only bring it to Palm Springs. I have an electric car.
Yes.
And so I knew I had to charge it before I left.
Okay.
So on Sunday, my one friend had already left. So I was just with a friend of the show, Alexander.
Alex Alexander Delight.
Yes. And I was like, we need to find a place to charge. So I have an app and it showed me where to go.
Yes.
And it was the brand of the app I have or whatever.
Yes.
So I go in and I plug in. And, needless to say, it's 115 degrees.
Of course.
Because it's Palm Springs. So I plug it in and I get it to, I get the phone to connect with the thing. I'm like, oh, okay, it's working. And it just says not charging.
Oh.
So I try it like 5 times and then
Yeah.
I move to a different space and it doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
And then I move to a different space and those nozzles don't fit into my car. So I'm like getting a little panicky.
Yeah.
Plus it's 115
Plus, you're
degrees
literally melting.
melting. So it's only 115 miles from my house to Palm Springs. But I worry because it's not always accurate. Because it's telling me I have like 150 miles at this point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something could happen and it could not be enough. So we're driving all over. We go use the app. It brings us to the supermarket that we'd wanted to go to anyway.
Okay.
But there was no chargers in there. And so I think I have charged successfully in Palm Springs before. I know I have.
Yes.
So I text my friend Jim, who I was in Palm Springs with, and I said, where did I charge? And he's like, I don't know, ask Scott. Scott's the friend whose Airbnb we were using. And I said, I texted him. He hasn't texted me back. And then like 2 seconds later, he goes, it was at a Bank of America. It's on like this. I think he gave me the address. Yeah, he found the address.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, great. Okay. So we find it. It doesn't look like the place I remembered, but maybe it was in the back and we were in the front before. I don't know. But it's there and it fits and it's charging.
Thank goodness.
So I'm like so relieved
Yes.
because I was just going to stress out the whole time.
Yes.
So we're like, well, it's going to take a while. Let's get lunch. So we look on the map. So we're going to find a place. But then across the street is, I wish I remembered what it was called. Some fucking honky tonk.
Okay. Can we just call it some fucking honky
Yes. We walk in. It was so great because it was like dive bar, honky tonk, country music playing.
God, I love it.
2 old people sitting at the bar.
Yes.
We sidle up to them. We sit at the bar too. The server, bartender, guy in his 50s, full of jokes, making
God, I
jokes
love it.
all the time. It was great. He
Yes.
was like teasing us.
Like a genuine place.
Genuine place. Then 2 other like weird tattooed guys come and sit next to us. It was perfect. So I'm like, plus I can relax because I'm like,
your car's charging.
right. So then I'm like, okay. So I didn't think to look at my app to see how much it had charged.
Right.
So we go out and it's like at 158 miles, which
What?
is kind of what I had started with before
Yeah.
we started driving around
Yeah.
trying to find a charger.
Yeah, you have like 7 more miles.
So I'm like, what the fuck? It's going to take 5 more hours to. Now I know I didn't need the maximum, but so she Googles it, or whatever. She's like, it's 115 miles to your house. I'm like, okay, I think we'll be okay. So we go back to the house we were staying at, pack up and leave. And we're driving and I'm like, I might have to turn off the air conditioner every once in a while because
no.
that takes
Yes.
up like 7 miles,
Yes.
just the air conditioner.
yeah.
So we're driving and we have the AC on and I'm constantly looking at the
Yes.
miles left to go home, looking at the miles on the,
Sounds relaxing.
yeah, so great. And it was about 30 extra miles the whole time. 26
Yes.
26 to 30 miles more than I needed. But driving there was a lot of stop and go traffic because we left in the middle of the day. It was crazy. So I think it regenerates or it takes up less mileage this was like no traffic.
Okay.
So we're going the whole time.
Nice.
But, yes, but it's a catch-22 because if you go faster, I think it takes up miles. I'm not a scientist or a car person, but I think that's what happens.
Does it recharge when you're like braking or something?
It does in a hybrid, but I don't think it does in my car. But I also think it saves miles somehow. I don't know. You can, well, actually, anyway, at me. So at one point I go, Alex, I think I'm going to have to turn off the AC for a little bit.
Oh no.
It was so hot.
Oh my God. Did you guys have both windows down so you could just
No,
have,
because
like...
it's on. I had the fan on.
Okay.
Also, it's just so hot. And
Yes. It's not going to be better with the air.
I had already taken a
Yeah.
shower and I was covered in sweat.
Oh my God.
And I probably never had to do that.
This
I
is
just
what
got
2 over 50 women are dying to do is not have air conditioning.
I mean, for real. And there's no place to pull over and chart. I mean, there could have been, but
Yeah.
again,
Not like easily.
Right.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, well, what if it's not compatible? I don't know why.
Why wasn't it charging?
I think it just wasn't compatible, but I don't understand because I saw other people come in and plug in and leave.
Does your car need to be looked at maybe?
No. Also, I have to turn it in soon. So,
Okay.
unfortunately,
Are you going to get another electric?
it depends on what I can afford.
Can I just tell you that my husband has an electric and I'm all about like, let's save the planet with our cars because cars are doing a lot of damage, right? right?
Yeah.
I can't. My car has to be a hybrid. I cannot fucking deal with that stuff. My husband has an electric, and whenever we're on a trip, I'm like, we're not taking your car because we have to stop so much. It's so hard to find a charging station. I mean, whatever you will say about Teslas, they built the infrastructure to charge them.
But only Teslas.
But only Teslas. That's what I'm saying. And I mean, certainly I would have an electric car after we get this administration out.
Yeah.
And if we get a fucking reasonable administration in that'll put in the infrastructure for electric cars, but this administration is not supportive of electric cars, so you're not going to get more infrastructure to charge them. And it's so difficult.
Well, other than Tesla, which I understand the motivation for making their own port that only Teslas can work in.
And they're everywhere.
I don't understand why all the other ones aren't universal. I don't understand why there were all these different hoses and they don't all work in everything.
And there's
makes
huge
no
lines.
sense to me.
We'll go on a trip that's not even that far. Like if we're just going up to Mammoth, and we'll need to charge, and there'll be a huge line. So we'll have to wait an hour. So then we're looking at so now we're adding an hour of fucking time. It's just not. Yeah, you got to make it easier for people to want to do this, and it's not going to happen during this administration.
We may have to rent a car on our trip, but anyway, so
I'm so sorry. That sucks.
So we got home, and I had like 30 miles left. So
you'd sweat off 30 pounds
also,
on them.
My God.
You also added stress to age
So
yourself
much
like
stress.
17 years.
And I feel bad that I'm making my friend sit in like...
She understood, I'm sure.
Yeah. And so I took a second shower. I was just like, I felt so gross. So yeah, that was the highlight of the trip.
The highlight.
Yeah.
I hope it was the low light.
It was the low light of the trip. It was the low light of the trip. And then I just want to say one more thing and then we'll get to our topic, but this is just funny. So, Oliver found out who his roommates are going to be.
Oh, exciting.
So I guess it's a suite, like, 2 rooms that share a bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it's fancy. I'm just saying suite because it's...
But it's nice that he has a bathroom. He doesn't have to go to some like communal...
Right.
Right?
Right. So he has 3 roommates.
Okay.
2 of them are named Oliver.
Awesome.
There's going to be 3 Olivers.
Okay.
In one suite.
Wait, it's 3 total? They're all Oliver?
No, there are 4 kids altogether.
Oh.
3 of them, including my Oliver, are named Oliver.
Hilarious. So they're going to have to be like...
Pardo.
Do any of them go by Ollie?
Mine certainly doesn't.
No, I know. I made that mistake once. Whoa.
I don't know. Oliver said that some of his friends already call him Pardo, so he's fine if they call him Pardo. But I was like, that's insane. He has gone from preschool to 12th grade with never having another Oliver in his class.
Yeah.
And now he's sharing with
That's
2
so
other
funny.
Olivers. Here's the funny thing. The other funny thing.
Yes.
The kid who's not named Oliver looks exactly like Oliver. He showed me a picture.
My God.
He goes, look at this picture. I go, that's not you? Who am I looking at?
Whoa.
I mean, he looks taller.
Yeah.
But, and again, it might just be this picture.
Right.
Because he showed me another picture was like, didn't look so much.
Yes.
But in this picture, I was like, this is insane. Like, what did they do? Why did they put them all together?
I can't wait to see a group photo of that.
I know. It's so weird. It's so
roommates.
weird. Yeah.
Wow.
That is
So
wild.
that'll be funny.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited for him.
I know.
I wish it was like, not to sound creepy, but I wish there was like a hidden camera of Oliver's life so we could all watch him go through this experience of like going to his classes and being with his roommates and like going out on the town.
It's so weird not to be there.
I know. Not that we're voyeurs.
Oh.
Are you segueing?
I might be.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for this?
So ready.
All right. So today on the show, we're going to talk about voyeurs. All right. So voyeurism, it's not a mental health disorder, okay?
Okay.
A person may get turned on by watching another person, like perform a sexual act,
Okay.
or get naked, or by undressing. It might not even be sexual, right? So you could be a voyeur who just gets turned on, like watching 4 boys in a college dorm.
But not sexually.
Yeah, it could be sexual.
No, but I'm saying are there voyeurs who, when you say they enjoy it, but it's always for sexual pleasure, right?
Voyeurs, I think it's considered generally to be for a sexual reason,
all
right?
I mean, that's what reality TV is. Basically, it's
reality TV is kind
But
of
you're
like
not getting off
voyeurism.
sexually for it.
No, I think the general idea is voyeurism is considered usually to be associated with it's
Right,
like
okay.
a sexual purpose.
Right.
When it's considered a disorder is if the person who's doing it is so consumed by their thoughts that they are distressed and unable to function, right?
Okay. Gotcha.
Because of it. Or, more importantly, if they act on the urges with a person who has not given their consent,
Well, yes.
then you got some problems.
Then you got a peeping Tom.
Then you got that, right? So you can be a voyeur very harmlessly,
Sure.
right? You can have all your little thoughts in your head, all you want. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't bother other people with them.
Right.
Sorry, I had to clean my glasses, guys. You know it's important.
No worries.
So I guess technically we can't really watch Oliver and his friends.
I mean, let's get off that. Let's not use that as the example.
That's not a good example.
No.
And I certainly didn't mean sexually.
I know.
So voyeuristic disorder, this is considered one of the paraphilic disorders, which I'd never heard of.
No.
So I'm going to give you just a tiny bit of background on that. From psychiatry.org, okay? Most people with atypical sexual interests do not have a mental disorder, okay?
Oh, okay.
So like if you want to tie somebody up, throw hot dogs at them,
Right.
it's not a mental disorder.
It's just a kink.
It's just a thing you like to do.
Right.
Unless you do it without their consent. Again,
the hot dog's consent.
yeah, you got to get hot dog consent,
Oh, yeah.
right? Both people got to...
And the age, if it's aged meat, it varies from state to state, so you really need to know.
It really does, you know?
Yeah. If it's kosher, it's one thing.
Let's take this all into account.
Yeah.
Shall we?
So stupid. The most stupid.
So to be diagnosed, according to the DSM-5, the people, again, must have extreme personal distress. And that's not merely from social disapproval, right? So if your distress is about like it's society disapproves of it, that's not enough.
Okay.
Okay. Your desire or behavior must result in another person's psychological distress, right? So the idea of like this other person is being harmed by it or injured, maybe even death, or the person can't legally give consent.
Right.
So these are all the paraphilic. Sorry, I lost the word.
Phrase?
Paraphilic disorders.
Okay.
Okay. And there's there's 8 of them. We don't need to get into them because we're only talking about voyeurism right now.
Okay.
Okay. These fantasies usually start in adolescence or early adulthood. They're more common in men than in women.
Okay.
12%.
Not surprising.
Not surprising. 12% of men and 4% of women having voyeuristic disorder.
Oh.
And there's some research about why it's more common in men. A lot of it has to do with the things you would expect, having to do with
Abuse.
greater sex drive, hormones, abuse, societal expectations of men, and but there's no sort of definitive cause.
12% seems like a lot to me.
It does seem like a lot.
Yeah.
It can deeply impact a person's ability to lead a healthy life, right? Because they're violating personal boundaries of others. They may feel an uncontrollable urge to observe people through means that infringe on personal boundaries, like peering through windows with binoculars. Okay? Now, we want to differentiate between voyeuristic disorder from consensual adult activities. Okay? This is non-consensual behavior that is distressing and harmful to both the observer and the observed. I think I made that clear
Yes.
already.
Yes.
Okay. So, like you said earlier, Danielle, peeping Toms. Do you guys know where that expression came from?
Don't.
I didn't either. Do you, Garen?
I know there's a movie called Peeping Tom, but I don't think that's the origin of it.
So, I'm going to tell you because I was interested, so I looked it up. It's from the 18th century in This is the first time it appeared in this classical dictionary of the vulgar tongue.
Okay.
It's a nickname for a curious prying fellow. Although the original Peeping Tom probably never existed, his story is steeped in the legend of Lady Godiva.
Oh.
Her famous horse ride from the 11th century. So she was pleading with her powerful husband, Leofric, Earl of Mercia, I think it's Mercia, over his treatment of his people. She was the increasingly exasperated Leofric came up with a wager that he was sure would end the argument. He said he would lower his heavy taxes if Godiva rode through the streets of Coventry completely naked.
Okay.
He misjudged his wife's reaction. She met his challenge and made the ride. Before setting off, the people of Coventry were ordered to stay indoors, close their shutters, and make sure they averted their eyes as she passed by.
Okay.
According to legend, the whole town complied, apart from one man, Tom the tailor, who was unable to resist. As soon as he peeked through his shutters and spied on Lady Godiva, however, he was instantly struck blind.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously whether this story is true is open to debate.
But he was only struck blind because he was masturbating as he was doing
Of
it.
course, and then he had hair growing on his palms.
Yeah.
So Lady
What a
Godiva
mystery.
was a real person, but records are sketchy about her bareback horse ride.
Right.
The Peeping Tom didn't emerge into the legend until 17th century, and it's unclear why he was added to the already racy story.
Interesting. Well, some perv added him.
Yeah, some perv, probably to make himself look better.
Yep.
So the DSM-5, this is what they say is the requirements for a person to be diagnosed with the disorder of voyeuristic disorder, right? You have to be 18 years or older,
Oh, okay.
which is a lot of things in the mental health DSM, they won't diagnose until 18.
Oh, okay.
Just because brains.
Yeah.
Still developing. Have had recurring and intense sexual arousal, urges, fantasies, or other behaviors from observing an unsuspecting person who is naked, getting undressed, or participating in sexual activity. Have acted on their voyeuristic urges. Have displayed symptoms for at least 6 months. All right, here's a few things I will list as some causes. Linked to the following potential risk factors of this voyeuristic disorder are childhood sexual abuse, hypersexuality, which is a high sex drive, substance misuse, antisocial personality disorder, negative social influences, poor mental health. So, I think when they say negative social influences, it could be like maybe you grew up with somebody who was doing this kind of behavior, and it influenced how you how it shapes your own sexuality.
Right.
I talked about men being more likely to have it. Research has shown that voyeurs are often the youngest child in their family. That's me. And have fewer sisters. They often have a significant relationship with their parents, but their parents may not have had a happy marital relationship. They may be more likely to be underdeveloped socially and sexually, are less likely to get married. 50% of voyeurs may believe that healthy sexual relations are not an option for them. Here's the treatment. Medication. SSRIs like Prozac and Lexapro are commonly prescribed. Psychotherapy is also a good treatment. And cognitive behavioral therapy can help people. They can understand why their behavior is not socially acceptable and gain insight into what might be causing the thoughts.
Right.
Coping. How do they cope? The most important step is recognizing that you need help and reaching out for support. Start by confiding in someone that you trust. If your loved one is showing signs of voyeuristic disorder, keep in mind that they may not think they need to change.
Okay.
They may not consider asking for help until after they've hurt someone or even gotten in trouble with the law. Okay, so I've talked about what it is.
Yes.
If you think you might be a voyeur,
Yeah.
I've given you some information on getting help.
Right.
However, let's share now how to protect ourselves from voyeurs.
Ooh.
Because we don't consent voyeurs, okay?
Right.
We don't consent. Okay, video voyeurism is on the rise. Being filmed without our consent is a new big thing, okay? It's happening in bathrooms, spas, Airbnbs, cool, fun.
Oh, shit.
Enjoy your San Diego getaway. So what do you do to stay safe? Okay, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Okay, if you catch someone in the act of voyeurism, you want to protect yourself first and foremost, then consider reporting the individual to law enforcement. Voyeurs want to avoid being caught and could become violent. If you catch a voyeur in the act, take immediate safety precautions to ensure they cannot harm you physically.
Oof.
Call 911. Tell someone in the area, such as a family member, roommate, or an employee of the business where the incident occurred. So, if you're at the gym and you think somebody is videoing you while you're on the treadmill or while you're working out or while you're in the bathroom, whatever, report it to somebody you feel safe. If you don't feel like it's the person that works at the gym because they might be in on it, tell the police.
Oof.
Increasingly, individuals are discovering they were the victims of voyeurism after discovering a hidden camera at an Airbnb or during a pet sitting stay using Rover.
A pet's? Oh, I was thinking that would be a friend, but yeah, no, there are professional pet sitters.
Yeah, we've used those companies.
What's Rover?
Yeah.
I think it's like an animal sitting. So
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was like a GoPro on your dog that's
pet cam or
filming,
something.
we
and
use
sending back.
we use our dog to film.
Can you imagine
people.
how
Look,
that is really the lowest of the low? Man's best friend.
It's probably
indeed.
happened.
So gross.
Okay. Here are some ways that voyeurism can happen. Watching someone through a window, hiding at a private property such as home, gym, store, purposely going into areas where individuals may be undressing or naked, locker room or sauna, taking photos of an individual engaging in intimate behaviors without their knowledge. Some people, it's like you could be sitting at a cafe and somebody's got their phone up and they're pretending to take selfies, but they're videoing you.
I mean, it must happen all the time.
Yeah, I think it happens all the time. Engaging in intimate image abuse, also known as revenge porn.
Oh, yes.
Setting up cameras to record individuals performing intimate behaviors such as dressing rooms, locker rooms, bathrooms, and bedrooms. Using Airbnb, Rover, or other apps to lure individuals into private spaces to film them for sexual gratification.
Ugh.
So, watching videos of individuals engaging in intimate behaviors that were filmed without their consent or knowledge, i.e. watching voyeuristic porn.
Right.
So that's a situation.
Right.
Which I'm going to get into later. Some publications have discovered voyeurism as a paraphilic disorder. Oh, wait, I'm skipping that. That's not. I'm sorry about that. Is it a crime? So this differs by jurisdiction.
Oh.
So is voyeurism a crime often depends on where the incident occurred. Okay? So the legal requirements and consequences may vary, but it's considered a crime in every state. Voyeurism is also a crime under federal law, including video voyeurism under Title 18 U.S. Code 1801. So depending on what you experienced and where it happened, it could be a federal crime and a state crime.
Okay.
It may be not called voyeurism, right?
Oh.
So most countries have explicitly criminalized voyeurism or prosecuted under other laws, right? Such as trespassing or disorderly conduct. So don't think if you think something happened, you look it up and it says we don't have voyeurism on the books. It doesn't mean a crime wasn't committed.
Right.
It just might mean that it's called something else. So you have some agency. Okay, so yes, as I said, each state has established its own definition of voyeurism and imposes different criminal penalties. So you're just going to need to get some help with that part.
Right.
Whether that's, contacting a lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, there's, I'm sure, agencies that work pro bono.
Right.
Offenders charged with voyeurism are also often charged with other related offenses, such as trespassing, possession of indecent images of minors if the victim is under 18, and indecent exposure if the offender is caught sexually gratifying themselves in public. I'm going to get to the story.
Love it.
Unless you guys have any questions about voyeurs.
I don't think so.
That I didn't answer.
I don't think so.
Oh, before I do, hold on. You want to talk to Cyber Civil Rights Initiative is a place you can go.
Oh, okay.
For more information if you need it. If you're a listener who's like, I think this has happened to me and I didn't do anything, or I think this...
Now, stop me. If
Yes.
this is your story, stop me. But did you come across any people actually hacking computers and watching you through your own camera? Or is that just something on Black Mirror?
I think that is a thing. Didn't Edward Snowden tell us to put tape over all our cameras?
Yes, but I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's real or if it's just...
I think it is, but I didn't come across that specifically. But I also didn't look for that,
Yeah.
But that's a really interesting question. I wish I would have looked for that.
That's all right.
So, guys, I'm going to tell you a story, which I'm not going to be able to tell you the whole story because it's so involved, and you might know it. It's the Voyeur's Motel.
I don't think so.
So this is a book.
Okay.
This is a documentary. And this is a story that, do you know Gay Talese?
No.
Okay. So Gay Talese is a writer who is considered one of the, inventors, the beginner, the forefront of the journalism school of the new, I think they're called the New School, part of like the group of Joan Didion was part of this, even though he doesn't he doesn't acknowledge her. He wrote a very one of the most famous pieces of nonfiction called Frank Sinatra Has a Cold.
Okay.
It started a new type of nonfiction writing called like creative nonfiction.
Okay.
So he's like the forefront of this. He's still alive. He's 93 years old. And he got involved with a man who was a voyeur for years and years and years, and then ended up writing a book about this man called The Voyeur's Motel, and they made a documentary about it. I'm going to tell you some of it that I took from a piece in the New Yorker.
Okay.
And it's just so long, I can't tell you all of it. And so I'm going to start by reading a little bit of the story, the beginning. I know a married man and father of 2 who bought a 21-room motel near Denver many years ago in order to become its resident voyeur. With the assistance of his wife, he cut rectangular holes measuring 6 by 14 inches in the ceiling of more than a dozen rooms. Then he covered the openings with louvered aluminum screens that looked like ventilation grills, but were actually observation vents that allowed him, while he knelt in the attic, to see his guests the rooms below.
I'm stuck on with the help of his wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. He watched them for decades while keeping an exhaustive written record of what he saw and heard.
Smart.
Yeah.
Write it all down.
Never once during all those years was he caught. I first became aware of this man after receiving a handwritten special delivery letter without a signature dated January 7, 1980 at my house in New York. It began, "Dear Mr. Talese, since learning of your long-awaited study of coast-to-coast sex in America, which will be included in your soon-to-be-published book, Thy Neighbor's Wife, I feel I have important information that I could contribute to its contents, or to its contents of a future book." He then described the motel he had owned for more than 10 years. "The reason for purchasing this motel was to satisfy my voyeuristic tendencies and compelling interest in all phases of how people conduct their lives, both socially and sexually. I did this purely out of my unlimited curiosity about people, and not as just a deranged voyeur."
He's a scientist.
Yes.
He's got a lab coat on. And
He's a scientist
when he's doing this.
He's a scientist, not a pervert. So Gay Talese, the journalist, meets Gerald Foos 2 weeks later, and Gerald takes him to his motel and shows him how the whole thing works. Oh, so his wife, he says, is not a voyeur herself. She's just a complicit and like, sure, this is all fine. My sweet husband's a researcher. He explains that he grew up on a farm, Gerald, with his parents who never discussed sex, which is, he says, is probably, like, he kind of implies that's what caused this. Sure. Because, all the other parents in the 40s were openly discussing sex.
Right.
So his aunt lives next door in the farmhouse next door, and she loves to be naked in her bedroom while she sits at a dressing table arranging her thimble collection.
Her thimble collection?
Yeah, and I'm like, honestly, it sucked to be a woman in every time in history. Like,
but this was her hobby.
Yeah, and I was like, that's the only fucking goddamn time she gets to relax in her whole day is like her husband who works on the farm is like probably passed out like after he has sex on top of her.
Right.
And he's all sweaty and smells like farm animals. And then she like slides out from underneath him and showers off his time. And she's like, oh, I just get to have a cigarette. Because back then you could just smoke because you didn't know. And just like arrange her thimbles and just kind of zone out. And then little does she know, fucking 12-year-old Gerald Foos,
her nephew,
is down in the yard staring at her just below the windowsill for hours, guys, every night.
How long does it take to arrange these thimbles, and how often do they need rearranging?
I mean, I think she spent a lot of time arranging those thimbles. So he says he does this. He does this for years. His entire childhood.
Well, this is why he does it. It's not because his parents didn't talk about sex. It's because this is his first experiencing a naked woman.
Yes. But I mean, lots of people see their like see something and they don't become, there's something innate too.
Right.
So when he's an adult in the service, he's still fantasizing about his Aunt Catherine. He comes back from his time in the Navy, marries this woman, Donna, who's a nurse. And he explains that the reason she accepts his voyeurism is because she's a nurse, because they see all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So they're like, they see so much blood and death and like gross stuff that he's like, so she doesn't mind that I'm a voyeur.
That makes no sense, but okay.
What she doesn't like is that they sell their house and move into the motel quarters of this motel. She's like, oh God. So he takes Gately's up into the attic and shows him the whole spy setup. They watch a couple having sex. Then they go out to Black Angus Steakhouse. He asks,
Who builds up an appetite?
yeah, you got to eat some steak. He asks Gerald at this point, like if he feels guilty. And he's very worried about being caught, of course. And then this is what he says. He says he was unwilling to concede that his activities in the attic brought harm to anyone.
Right.
He said that he was indulging his curiosity within the boundaries of his own property, and because his guests were unaware of his voyeurism, they were not affected by it. He reasoned there's no invasion of privacy if no one complains. Okay, so
Interesting.
as time goes on, I encourage both of you to read the New York. I mean, you might even read the book, but read the New Yorker piece. It's so fascinating. You get to see that Gerald, he becomes increasingly disenchanted with humans. He's like, all they do is complain, and watch TV, and talk about money. The men are all bad at sex and leave all these women unsatisfied. Because like it's also this time, I'm not saying men got better at sex, but like women would just kind of lay there and men would just kind of ejaculate and the women wouldn't have orgasms a lot of the times. And he's documenting all of it. So he'll be like, in 1973, 362 people had sex.
Oh, okay.
And, 127 men, or it's more like 327 men orgasmed, 122 women were left unsatisfied. Like he tracks all of it.
Okay.
Is he really a researcher?
No, he's just a pervert. But it's like he thinks he's reasoning.
But he is curious.
Yes, but he's reasoning his way. He's reasoning that because he's keeping track of all of it, it's okay that he's doing it.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's interesting, but he's also a fucking narcissist. Like, he's this delusional, grandiose narcissist. Like, you can see it come through. I mean, that's my opinion. I'm not able to medically diagnose someone. But it's so interesting, and there's this whole additional layer of like, it's interesting on its own, but seeing it through his eyes of this mentally sort of deranged person. The other layer that I find really fascinating is that he's sharing all of this shocking information with a journalist, right? So he claims to have witnessed a murder that he has potentially culpability in. Like he maybe caused this murder.
What?
And the journalist doesn't act.
Well, that's what I'm thinking the whole time is why isn't the journalist acting?
So the journalist, there's this idea of like, when you think of the morality and ethics of how journalism works, is this idea of like, you don't get involved.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you just take or photographer, you just take the pictures, you don't get involved. If you're in a war zone, you're not protecting, you're just documenting. There are layers of morality to this story that are really fascinating because there are things that Gerald does that are really fucked that he could have stepped in to prevent. He might have caused a murder, but maybe he made it up.
What is the book called?
It's called The Voyeur's Motel.
Okay.
I would say, you can read the New Yorker piece. That's an excerpt. And if you're like, I'm very interested in this, you could actually just read the book. The book is a lot more of Gerald's voice, which maybe you might not want to read.
Okay.
It's like this. So I find that super fascinating because
That's crazy.
So but he's also saying you can't tell anybody this, right? Because I could get in trouble.
So why is he he obviously has some need to share it with someone.
Yeah, because he's people who have these delusions of grandiosity also want attention and praise for what they're doing because they're like, I'm so amazing. And Gately's is this, at the time, is one of the most respected writers in the universe. So he's like, we're peers, we're the same. You wrote this book. Look at what I'm doing. Oh, right.
So I thought he wanted this author to write about him, not using his name, of course, but I thought he wanted to write.
I think he wants his respect And he wants him to read his work as if like, look at us, we're peers.
Okay.
But then the statute of limitations runs out when he can be prosecuted for what he's doing, right? Because there's a statute of limitations. And he finally says, hey, Gay, I think I'd like to come forward my story. I think you should write it because I'm not as talented as you.
So he had stopped doing it then. If the statute of limitations ran out, then he had stopped doing it.
He'd finally sold the motel.
Okay.
He had picked up a second motel for 2 places he could be a voyeur. And then sold them because he got, older. His
It's hard to get up to the attic when you're old.
Well, his first wife had died. He found a second woman who was like into it.
So weird.
And it's amazing how many men can get women to marry them for the bullshit they'll
just
get up
shocking.
to. Watch Voyeur, the documentary. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think. It came out in 2017 and I watched the trailer and I was like, did I watch this? It looks familiar.
I know, it's so hard sometimes.
The article is so interesting. I barely scratched the surface of some of the stuff in it. It's really fascinating.
Man.
Crazy.
I think you guys will really like it.
That was a good one.
It was a fun find. I was hoping you guys wouldn't know it because I was like, I bet they're going to be like, oh, you mean the story about Gerald Foos? Yeah, I saw the documentary, I read the New Yorker piece and the Vice article and the so I'm glad it.
No.
Yeah, no, I didn't know
It was a
at
surprise.
all. It was crazy. All right, well, that was cool.
Thanks.
And we're going to take a little breaky poo.
Let's break it.
Right back.
Breaking.
Hello, welcome
Oh.
back.
I'm
Good one, Garen. Just clunks his big meaty fist on the
need
microphone.
another break after that.
What? Meaty. Yes, meaty.
Look at you, meatball.
Meaty fist. It just sounded better. Than
Yeah. Then tiny, delicate fist?
Yeah. Clenched.
Yes.
That doesn't have any personality.
No.
Clammy? Would you like clammy?
Yeah.
How about
it
moist? Moist fist.
Ew, moist
Keep it
fist.
up. Keep it coming.
How was your break?
It was so many things.
So many things.
I can't even get into it because we'd be here all day.
I know.
How was yours?
It was fantastic. Well, the first half of the show, we talked about voyeurism, and now we're going to talk about volunteering in Juarez, Mexico, with our special guest, Tom Clark.
Hi,
Hello.
Tom.
How are you, Tom?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
So I know Tom as a stand-up. He's also an actor. You may have seen him do stand-up on Conan. And this is exciting. You told me before the show that you played a killer on The Closer.
That's right. I was the murderer on an episode of The Close. It was called Last Woman Standing. I murdered a woman who was doing a lot of one-woman shows.
And you were like, enough. Wait, you get one
Is that
one-woman
true?
show.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Was it supposed to be funny? Because that's really funny.
There were some humorous moments, but no, it was a very dramatic role of I was her apartment manager, and I had snuck in, and I would watch her shower. Voyeurism.
Yes.
And one day she caught me, and I smothered her with a pillow. And
It's the only solution.
it was a simple. His name was Gifford.
Gifford?
Yeah, Gifford. And she figured it out eventually, and there was a big confrontation between the two of us. And it was a great role.
That sounds, I'm going to have to look that up.
Not Emmy nominated, but
Darn.
Screw them.
Yeah, they missed out.
I know.
What?
Boy, we're getting British.
I don't know what that was. What? Is your story? You were in Juarez, Mexico?
Right. After I graduated from college,
Okay.
I was not sure what I wanted to do, and I had thought about joining the Peace Corps, but that was like a 2-year commitment, and I just wasn't sure. And
You didn't know if you had that much peace in you?
yes, it was just, I think they didn't have like a program to Mexico, and I had studied there about a year earlier.
Oh.
So I was like trying to figure it out, and then I looked. I had a family friend who was a priest, and he gave me like a booklet of all these programs, and one was to go to Juarez, and I had no idea about Juarez, and this is how dumb I was. I was like, Juarez. Oh, I was like, well, maybe I can go to the beach and stuff, and it's like, oh, the Rio Grande is right there. Not Grande, the Rio Grande. Not really a lot of water.
Oh,
in the
really?
Rio
It's
Grande.
all...
It's mostly sewage water,
Oh.
and not really a beachy
Gotcha.
location. And it was just supposed to be a summer program. It was just going to be like made July or May to August, something like that. And then I ended up staying till December because I enjoyed it so much. But when I first got there, it was just like eye-opening. Like, it was just crazy because it was this Catholic organization. You would get up every morning at like 6, go to mass, and then you'd have like programs about religion. It was all in Spanish.
I was going to ask, were you fluent?
I became fluent,
okay,
but was still like studying in the university and a little bit here and there, but not conversational. Wasn't. I knew the vocabulary and conjugation, but not the when you hear somebody speak Spanish,
it's so fast.
Yeah. So it was learning how to understand that and all the modismos, all the language that they would use, the slang.
Oh, okay.
And
so wait, what were you told you were going to be doing?
Helping develop like a rec center in Juarez, and it ended up. So it was just your day was programmed, and then at like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, we would go to they call it Colonia, and it was one of the most violent colonias in Juarez. And this is in the midst of, the drug cartels and people hanging off bridges and like all that stuff.
Whoa.
And so I was oblivious because like you said, like all we had was like the newspaper, and there's no internet. There's no like knowing. You just sort of go in. And like the first day, I remember I got there, and these cops like on horseback just rode through and were chasing somebody, and they said, "Oh, somebody got murdered down the hill here," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Your first day.
My first day.
Whoa! And were you coming from a small town or a big city? Like, what's your?
I'm from Milwaukee, and. And went to school in Green Bay. So, it wasn't, my mom was a social worker and she worked in the inner city, but I never, this was definitely my first exposure to like this level of violence. Yeah. And the kids, kind of were mean.
Yeah.
This was like in the middle too of Bill Clinton's, border policy, which they didn't like. And in the middle of them, all these American factories building these maquiladoras, they called them, along the border, and paying the people there nothing. So it was like just a lot of tension between the U.S. and Mexico.
They loved a big white guy coming in.
Yeah, we're so happy to see you help us.
Me and my mullet. And, I had a big long blonde mullet.
Oh,
hilarious!
Yes.
Oh my god!
Love it.
And like blonde, like it just got blonder. As
you can't sort of not pass as an American. Like you
right.
stand out. You're like
You're
a tall
super American
guy,
looking,
blonde hair, blue eyes.
I love the longer you're there, the more blonde you get.
Right.
The Mexican sun is just pounding on you.
They used to call me El Chico Animalote, which was the big animal boy.
Was that a term of affection?
It became one, but not at first. But they were, but they, it was very tough. Like, it was like, they're like, who are you? Why are you here? It's like, I remember one girl, she was like 12 and she was super mean to me. And then she's like, and she said sort of a poignant moment. She's like, we get mad at you because you can leave here. You get to go back. And it's like, and we're stuck here. So it's like, that's why we're angry. Like, it was very like an eye-opening, like, moment of like, oh my god, it's like
pretty
that's
poignant for a 12-year-old to say too.
Yeah, I mean, they were very funny because there was this thing called World Vision, which was like the guy who would go into poor areas and and they would film those videos where it's like for the price of a cup of coffee you could, and he's like. And they took me to the place where they would film that, and they would like, look at me, Tomas, this is where the World Vision, and they just thought it was funny that because they didn't see themselves as like these poor, poverty-stricken, they just saw themselves as people, not to feel sorry for them. So it was just interesting to see.
So they had to act sadder in the videos.
Like not sad enough. Come on.
Come on.
Yeah,
Let's get some flies in here.
But yeah, they were. But it was just a very interesting experience to go see that extreme poverty, because it's like you look literally over the border, it's lights and everything, and there it's just like corrugated tin shacks,
Wow.
dirt roads. There was like literally people on the side of the road who would like fill in the potholes so you could drive your car through. And I was driving there. I was like driving in Mexico, and it was it was just a scary experience. I didn't know if I honestly thought I would die there.
Really?
It was just reached the point of like, but and then meanwhile they're all very religious, so like they'd sing like religious songs as we're driving back to the house, and like, you know, we're living in the house, you know, we're going to church like twice a day, we have like Bible readings like in the middle of the day, so it's like very like almost like a cult.
Kind of.
It might have been a cult.
The people that live there as well, or the organization you're with?
The organization
Okay.
I'm with. So they wanted to keep you busy from, 6 a.m. to
Jesus.
11 p.m. or 10 p.m. You were always doing either volunteering in the colonia, which was, 10 miles away, or you'd be, at the house learning about God. And it was, it wasn't a bad experience. It was definitely, a lot of religion.
Did you come from a religious house, like, or was this completely foreign? Because, like, if I did that, it would be so foreign to me. I would.
Same.
It would be so strange.
Yeah, I came from a Catholic background.
Okay.
Not to that extreme,
Right.
but I had gone to grade school, high school, college, Catholic.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So you were like, this is
This
It's
is
just
like,
a lot.
it's like the big leagues.
yeah. This is
Right.
ramped up
You
a
made
little.
it to the majors,
right.
to the show.
Yeah. But the priest who ran it was very nice and he was actually an Italian priest, Father Osvaldo. And he was always very nice and very friendly to me, and I was appreciative to have an American there. And I opened up a gym. Like, they had this gym equipment they hadn't moved over, so they had me open up a gym, and then I was like literally teaching boxing to these cholos, these gang member
Wow.
kids. And I was like, first of all, I don't think they need to learn to fight.
Right.
Yes, they've got that down.
Second, I shouldn't be the one teaching them to fight, because they're probably going to lose that fight. So that's sort of how I gained their respect and trust over the years. And I also used to play guitar, and I wasn't the best at it, but they loved like Hotel California.
Really?
And at that time it was the middle of grunge, so I started playing Nirvana songs
Nice.
for them. And I remember I played like a song called Territorial Pissings, which was like super hard rock. And they got such a kick out of me just like singing like Kurt Cobain, that first of all, they thought I was crazy, and then second, they just thought like, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was sort of my first taste of performing. I had never performed.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So that stuff sort of helped me win them over, and also was what, like, once I did perform for cholos, I was like, I could probably do stand-up comedy in Milwaukee. And,
Right.
I could do it for I never thought I'd do it for a living, but I was like, I can give this a shot. So it was really the thing that pushed me to the next step of
That's so
doing
interesting.
comedy.
Yeah, because it's like if you can win over that crowd,
right.
it's like
Yeah.
could be a tough crowd.
Yeah.
So why were you interacting with them? Were they helping to build the center? Were they just hanging around?
The rec center was sort of already built. It was more like to get them away from like doing drugs.
Okay.
And we'd play, there's basketball courts, so
Gotcha.
playing basketball
Okay,
with
like a
them,
community center.
having the
Got it.
gym. And we'd have to like make them not do drugs. They would like shoot up
Jesus
in
Christ.
the area, and not to let little kids see it. And one time I went to it was like a quinceañera for somebody, and I was with one of the gang members. His name was El Gato. And
Given name.
yeah, and El Gato was like, yes, given name. And he was like one of the most violent, like scary dudes. And I was like hanging out with him, and we're at this party, and I was like, hey, aren't you worried? You're kind of in rival gang territory. He's like, and he just lifts up his shoes. No, he's like, don't worry, Tomas. And then he lifts up his shirt. He's got a meat cleaver.
Oh my
tucked in his
God.
Did that
That's
come in?
more terrifying than a gun.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, first of all, I don't know how you're walking around with that thing. But yeah, second, it's like, all right, well, we should probably get out of this party. Like if there's
Holy
a meat
ghost.
cleaver. Yeah, he didn't have to use it, but I know that he did kill somebody, and it's like you know, and it's like, so it was like you were hanging around with people that had murdered each other. I remember like they used to have, like there was a point where one of the gang leaders got arrested, so there is like a power thing, and they would fight. They would literally fight, and they call it chingazos, and they would
To see who's going to take over.
and they would just like literally just fist, and then like I remember they were like trying to like stop me from breaking up the fight. Like, no, I want to watch. I was like,
I want to fight. I'm going to rule this gang.
Oh my God.
right.
The big animal boy becomes
El chico animalote.
becomes the leader with your yellow mullet.
Right. Yes. La famosa. El más poderoso de todos. Yeah. That was just, it was just a whole different thing. I mean, it blew my mind. It really, and also you saw the other side of the wonderful people that were there and the people that had to live amongst that violence and were still so sweet and kind and just wanted to make a life for themselves. And, you know, some of them would go to, I remember like they'd always talk about going to Colorado to make money, and then they'd come back to help their families. And that's, you know, what's going on right now. It's like that's what they're doing. They're going there.
Right.
They're coming back because the maquiladoras that we built, Americans built, and don't pay anything. It's like, well, if they go to America and they make money being a busboy, they're going to have a lot of money in Juarez to help their family. And that was just their method, and they were so sweet and hardworking and just treated me so well, offering me a meal whenever, you know, just be walking around, and they'd offer, you know, have lunch with them. And
wow.
Yeah. So, and even some of the gang members eventually, you know, won them over. And I remember I went back because there's a comedy club in El Paso.
You're Michelle Pfeiffer in that movie. Did you teach them Shakespeare through rap or something?
Through rap.
Yeah.
Freedom writers. Yeah. Yeah. That was.
I'm sorry, I should have
That was
interrupted.
me. No, that was. But yeah, it was just it was a crazy experience.
You said you were only supposed to stay until the end of summer, but you ended up staying through December.
Right.
Was that because you sort of grew to just really love the experience? Like you were scared, but you saw that it was wonderful, like being there? Or
I did have to say I did start dating one of the other volunteers.
okay, there's more to the story.
Okay, the plot thickens. Amor.
Yes. So yeah, about like right toward the end, I started dating this girl, and yeah, and she's like, oh, why don't you stay longer? Like, yeah, why don't I stay longer?
Yeah.
These kids need help.
They do.
So I ended up staying on another 3 months, and it was, you know, it was great. I mean, I learned so much more. I'm glad I think if I only had stayed this summer, I don't know if it would have made as big of a difference as staying there 6 months and just being in that environment. And, you know, it's like a military environment because you're getting up early. It's all this religious stuff. And it made me appreciate my free time. So when I did start doing comedy, it was like writing wasn't an issue because, like, oh, my God, I used to have like 1 hour of free time and 6 hours of sleep. So it's like,
it helped you with discipline.
Yeah, structure and all that. So
interesting.
So yeah, I love the experience, and but yeah, she and I dated for a while, and then
and then you broke up, and you're like, bye. I don't need to help anymore. I'm done helping
figured
people.
it out, everybody. Yeah. But yeah, we did eventually break
Is that
up.
why you left?
No. It was just the time. It was right before Christmas. My parents came down to visit at one point. It's funny. My there's a picture of my mom, and there's the gang members all around. They're all flashing gang signs, and my mom's just like in her little kerchief, and she's just like, "Hello." You know, like, she's just like,
greetings from Juarez.
Right. Greetings from Juarez.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So,
Were they like? I can only imagine how my mother would have reacted. Were they sort of shocked by what they were seeing, or no?
no, I mean a little bit. I think they were surprised
But she's a social worker, so she'd seen some
Good
stuff
point.
too, right?
Yeah, so that was sort of her like, oh, you know, because she always wanted me to get my master's of social work. That was always her goal, and not mine.
Yeah, you're like, how about comedy?
Right? How about comedy?
That's close.
How about the most difficult job there is? So she understood like this is what the life is, and I think she was sort of proud of the fact that I was doing this.
Of course,
and helping people and making a difference, because they were very Catholic. My parents my dad's still around.
Right.
But my parents were very Catholic, so I think they appreciated the fact that I was there and doing that.
Gotcha. See, these are the nice aspects of religion. Sometimes it's a nice thing, the volunteerism and
helping others. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think there was a purity to what their religion was, which was helping poor people. Like that's what every religion should be. And it's like just being a good person, and it wasn't about
the values.
Yeah, the values, abortion or whatever. Like it never brought up premarital sex or any of that. It was just like, how do we help people? How do we make a difference? And it was fun watching him because he would manipulate rich people into donating to our program and to building these places. And there was one incident we were building a new church, and I was driving this old like 1960s like Sanford and Son pickup truck, and I got my mullet, and I'm wearing like a winter hat. It's like October, November, so it's kind of cold. I've got this big plaid jacket on, so I look kind of like a new cholo, like the new school cholo or something like that. And I got all these cholos in the back, like 10 of them, and I got like 2 in the front, and all of a sudden these cops on horseback ride up behind us, and they're like, pull over. They don't say pull over, whatever they say. And I was like, oh man, I was like, you guys just be cool. And then they're like, no, Tomas, mira. And they lift back the floorboard and they've shoved like a brick of
Jesus Christ, like heroin
or maybe it was heroin. I don't know what it was, but it was just shoved in there. It was like a brick. And I was like,
oh gosh.
I was like, guys, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? And we all had to get out. I literally got down on my knees, and I had to put my hands on my head, like just like you see on like when they're pulling over people for the car, on a car chase. So I'm like on my knees. I'm like, I'm American,
right?
Yeah,
just using my privilege. And I throw out Father Osvaldo's name, and I was like, I'm with Father Osvaldo, and I'm taking these guys, and we're going to help build this thing. And they're searching the truck in the meantime. I'm like, oh my God, how are they not going to find this thing? And they luckily, wherever they hid it, I don't even know how they found this little hiding spot. They didn't find it. And then they got back. And they just let us go, and we went on our way. And I was like, you guys, I could have ended up in Mexican prison, like with you guys. I was like, how is Mexican prison? And like,
probably not great.
Yeah, not good for you.
I don't think U.S. prisons are even that great.
Yeah.
Any prison you don't want to be in.
Right.
God, how scary!
I know.
Wow.
So I'm like,
Did they? How do they react to the guys? You really shouldn't be hiding drugs when you're driving with me.
I think they were worried I was going to blow it. I think they're like,
well, then why did they show you? Like as the cop is coming up, why are they showing you?
Right.
I want to watch this. I want to watch this sitcom. This feels like such a fun fish out of water of just you constantly being like, guys,
I can't be a drug runner. I can't be a drug
mule. I'm just trying to date this girl.
Oh my God.
I got to go pray.
Tom and the Cholos.
You guys.
Great band.
Yeah. Tom and the Cholos. Yeah. Well, that was when I did my Conan set, I talked about the Cholos. And, Cholos, I thought was a delicious snack treat. Turns out that's a churro. And then I talk about how they all have these teardrop tattoos, which are just adorable. And my buddy says that means he killed somebody in prison. He goes, you know what I think it means? I think it means someone needs a hug. Turns out I was wrong. Did not want a hug. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. So there's I've always wanted to write something about it. It's just such a weird experience to go through of living there, especially in the 90s with the middle of the drug trade and drug cartels and not being aware of it. Like I just watched Narcos season 3, which takes place in Juarez.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And I didn't, I would see like the bodies hanging, and I didn't really know.
So you saw actual bodies hanging from bridges,
right?
Like on Like you saw that in
Handmaid's
person.
Tale.
Like on our way to the
Jesus.
Colonia, we would see, we just look at that, and it's a body hanging. And I didn't really know what it was. I didn't understand like there's drug wars and people are getting murdered, and like it wasn't very prominent. But I would see on the newspaper like 10 more killed, but it was in Spanish, so I was like didn't really think about it. And you were just so focused on waking up at 6 a.m. in church and all this that you really didn't have time to like read the newspaper or follow the news.
Yeah.
So it was a life-changing experience for sure.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Do you think it changed? I mean, obviously it sounds like it inspired you to go into comedy or gave you the confidence to be like, I can do this. Right. Do you think it also changed you sort of on the level of how you sort of view the world or how you think about the U.S. versus other countries, because that was your first big trip, I think? Or had you been out of the country before?
I had been to Puebla before that, which was in Mexico. So I had studied there, but that was more of a college experience, not really.
You're not like steeped in poverty and violence. Maybe.
Right. It was just, it was fun. It was a fun trip. We went to Puerto Vallarta, all that stuff. So yeah, definitely it was, it definitely changed my perspective on how lucky I am, how difficult life is, how they didn't ask for this, and how upbeat they were, how happy they were. There was a joy that they had, and they made the best of the situation. And I think it was, so yeah, when I see this stuff now with ICE, it's just like how horrible it is, because these are, they're not going after the gang members. They're not going after.
They're going after the nicest, kindest.
Right.
I mean, you live here, right?
Normal people.
And how long have you lived here?
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, same. I've lived here for that amount too, and it's like a lot of these people are my friends, or they're people who have done work for my family, and you know them as like the nicest, kindest, most genuine people. That you go, these are the people you want to hurt. Like they're just the best, kindest, honest people. It's just, I think that there's so many people who live in the Midwest, like people we know from, like I'm from the Midwest, who have no understanding.
I don't think they are picturing, I don't know what they're picturing, but at this point they have to know that it's not MS-13 that's being
targeted.
No,
they're just going after these like moms and dads and hardworking children, and like the idea of them staking out Home Depots and these food carts, and that people are like, not, I don't know. It just feels so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
it's beyond the pale.
One, I think, because they're scared. I mean, when I was in Juarez, these guys are badasses.
Yeah,
like the gang members are tough, and they wouldn't put up with your shit. You walk in with your fake, army vest and everything. ICE is scared of them. They're not brave enough to fight these gang members because they're tough.
Have you ever been back to Mexico?
Yeah, I've gone back. My brother got married in Mexico. He married a girl from Mexico, and then when I was in El Paso, I went. I think it was around 2008. This is about 15 years after I went back to the facility and saw it. And only I ran into a couple of the gang members, and they were good. They were living a life outside the gangs and stuff.
Good.
Yeah. So that was really, really cool to see. So not that I changed the course.
You did it. You did it, Tom.
El chico animalote. Gracias.
You white savior. And the facility was still up and running. Being used.
Yeah, they had internet there. It was like
awesome.
Pretty amazing to see it all those years later. And I wish I could see Father Osvaldo, because he was like such a mentor to me, and just like such a genuine person. What the church should be all about. That's why I'm sort of excited about this new pope, because he is a guy who volunteered. He is a guy, so he seems like sort of that same idea of like service, not getting into the morality of stuff.
Because he lived in what
Chicago?
country? No, he's from Chicago, but he lived in a South American country for a couple of years.
Was it Venezuela? I can't remember.
But doing
working with the poor.
Work, I think. Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Well, that was an incredible story. Thank you so much, Tom.
Couple incredible stories.
Yeah, a couple, right.
Got a 2 for 1.
Holy moly. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me,
so
you guys.
much.
Thank you.
And we will be back with What Did We Learn Today? Kristine,
Danielle,
are you ready to learn what we learned today?
I hope it's more about bras.
How many thumbs is too many thumbs? Sounds like 2. Are we making thumbs woke? Like, what are we doing? Why are we down on
you guys
thumbs?
did it.
Electric vehicles generally use less energy and therefore extend their range in stop and go traffic compared to highway driving. This is because EVs don't idle like gasoline cars, and they can regenerate energy when braking or decelerating by converting kinetic energy back into electricity and storing it in the battery.
So you could have kept the air on, but just stop, brake, stop,
But
brake.
I couldn't because the traffic was going. Yeah.
That would have made people mad.
Yeah, that would have made. I don't know what this means. How about strong manly first?
Fist. Did it change to first? Sorry, fist. Fist.
Strong manly fist.
Manly fist.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant to say, Garen.
Thank you, yes. I finally started watching The Studio. We were talking about it
Oh, okay.
earlier. I binged the first 7 episodes
Wow.
over the weekend.
So liked it.
Loved it.
Awesome.
Loved it. I was telling Danielle that I feel like everything that he does,
Yes.
almost everything he does, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was
Just
like,
because I have
that's
this-
a problem, Garen.
It
'cause
is. It's-
Everything he does is self-sabotage.
It really is, but it's all with good intention.
Right.
Mostly,
Yeah.
except
Yeah.
for the Golden Globes thing. But
Oh, God.
just wanting to make, I love
cringe.
film. I love film. I want to make art. But
Yes.
I'm like, the whole thing with the Kool-Aid Man stuff.
Oh, my God.
It's like, we
so
can make a
funny.
blockbuster that's also like an art
Yes.
house movie. We can do it.
So
And I'm like,
funny.
I would 100% try that exact
Yeah.
same argument.
It's well done.
It's so funny.
It's pretty well done.
It looks like it got some love in the Emmys.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
He did. Catherine Hahn did.
Okay.
I don't know who else. I didn't really look through all of them.
Yeah,
yet,
I just
but
saw
I think
the
Ike
show
Barinholtz
obviously
is
did.
great.
He did too.
Okay, good. I think he's really good.
Yeah, the Golden Globes episode was really funny.
Oh, my God.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that's it's really fun. It's
I
a
got to
good one.
wait until Sven gets back.
Okay, well, that's been a lot.
We covered most of the things.
The whole world.
I think we did. We covered the world.
Everything from thumbs to voyeurism.
Yeah. I mean, that's everything, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It's T to V.
That's right.
E to V.
That's right.
We'll get the rest of the alphabet next week.
That's right. And until
Not
next
next week. We're not here next week.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
We're not. Okay.
Next week we're off,
We're off next week, guys.
Yes.
and then we'll be back.
Okay. Until next time.
Remain calm.